Oh, whoa. Hold on. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. Hey everybody, my name is Ben Ziegler. Welcome back to another video. It's been a little while. But I'm glad we're back. Thanks for giving me a here. And today, the plan is pretty simple. We're gonna be building a cool outdoor vertical surfboard rack. Cause right now I got a few surfboards. I won't say too many because I don't think you can have too many. But my quiver is getting a little large, if you will. And all my boards are just kind of getting wrecked out in the weather right now. And so we're gonna be building a pretty sick little vertical surfboard rack. And I'm stoked, and I think it's gonna be really cool. And I'm gonna be trying to use as much reclaimed lumber as I can. I've got a lot of other scrap wood and things from other projects that have been happening. If you don't have a bunch of old lumber and old plywood and things like that, then don't worry, you can get it pretty cheap. None of the stuff's crazy expensive. You will need a couple of tools, like a drill and an impact driver. Those two I'm still waiting on in the mail. That should be getting here today. Not really your today, but my today, if that makes sense. Anyway, I think we'll just go ahead and get started. And step number one before we get going on building stuff is if you have a dog, go ahead and take him on a walk. And once we have done that, then we can resume today's project. All right, let's do it.
Where you going? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Good boy, sit. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got it. Oh, good job.
Okay, good little walk there. As we can see, here's my big pile of surfboards that will all change. We're building the surfboard rack right there. And it's gonna be splendid. All right, let's talk some materials. For this build, we're gonna need one 48-inch 2x4, 6 7/8-inch dowel rods, and pieces of foam tubing, cut to about 24 and 23 inches respectively, an old yoga mat, some scrap plywood with a way to cut it, and some screws with a way to screw them. Building stuff rule 108, always sketch out your plans prior to starting. You'll see why that becomes important later on. So I'll go ahead and do that now. For our surfboard rack, we'll need to mount the 48-inch 2x4 right to the wall. If you were previously unaware of what a 2x4 looks like, there it is. It's going to have the 6 dowels on it like this, each spaced apart about 6 inches, and will be 48 inches off the ground. Next is our bottom piece of the rack, which will have a small gap right in the middle for water to drain through it. This will need some supports. I'm pretty sure 3 will do the trick. This bottom piece will be 48 inches long and 24 inches wide, and will have a slight angle down to our channel. To figure out the dimensions of the cuts for the bottom pieces, we just do some Pythagorean's theorem, yada yada, quick math, bada bing, bada boom, and that's our 3 supports. We will also need 2 12x48 pieces of plywood and another 2 out of the yoga mat. And the rack, it's gonna go like this, and we're done. Let's do it. All right, we're outside now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up this old plywood that I got, and we're gonna need those 2 12x48-inch sections. So first off, we're just gonna go ahead and mark up our pieces where to cut. If you have just something long and straight, that'll really help you accomplish this task. I'm using my friend's piece of mahogany. Bad for a jig saw. Let's do it again. It doesn't help that the plywood's all bowed and kind of nasty. Pulling cuts are hard. Well, that was a bit of trial and error, but I do have my first section for the supports here. We have our first little taste of what this might actually look like here. It's gonna be our little foot. of our rack. And then I'm gonna make 2 more of these. Here we have our sections all laid out. But I think this is a pretty good spot to stop for today, and we'll get back to it tomorrow. All right, well, my tools came, and probably the most jank box I've ever seen shipped, but you know what? Swing. And also, they're doing a fun little bonus at Home Depot. Got a free tool when you bought the combo kit. So I got a little compact router. Super stoked. Whoppa, whoppa. Is it broken? Oh dang. Wow. I'm gonna build stuff so good now. Whew. It's like I'm sponsored or something. I'm not, but Milwaukee, if you want to sponsor somebody, what do we think? What do we think, puppy? Oh my gosh. All right, here we are, day 2. Getting rolling again on our surfboard rack. Speaking of surfboard rack, I just picked that thing up last night. Super stoked on it. Little 6'2" Steve Brom twin fin fish. Super cool. A couple things I did off camera real quick. I just cut my 2x4 to length, and I put a cute little chamfer on all the edges. Didn't do a great job on the bottom edge, so this will definitely be our bottom because it'll be a little less visible than the top there. The next thing on the agenda here is getting those 6 holes drilled that will fit our dowels, and that is going to be done with our spade bit. I also cut the yoga mats to size for those 2 pieces of support plywood. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this. What? Oh my gosh. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. All right, so let's get to screwing. Oh, okay, so this is the very first time I'm ever gonna use this drill or ever use a spade bit. And so if you're like me, pretty beginner, not really knowing what's going on, I would highly suggest you do some test pieces first. So I'll do that, and then we'll get back to it. So my hole is kind of frayed, but not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and test in a dowel just to make sure it fits. Oh yeah, that fits super snug. I think this is gonna work out perfectly. Let's go ahead and do it on our big boy. Okay, funny story. You guys are gonna know. It turns out I'm kind of stupid. Remember all that math I went really quick over? Well, if it's 48 inches long and there's 6 holes in it, I was thinking about the holes would each be like 6 inches. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, moral of the story is I just drilled my 6 holes, but there's room for 7. And so I think what I'm gonna do is just drill out the 7th hole and just have it be empty for now, with the possibility of adding an extra dowel at some point in time if I get another surfboard, which, you know, maybe consider that when you're doing this, or maybe you can just turn it into like a shot ski rack or something. This is why we sketch stuff out, but even then, stupidity pulls through, baby. All right. Like I said, that one will be missing. It'll be okay. I think I'll just come to enjoy it. I just did a quick test fit on the boards. It fits great. I'm really stoked to get this thing up. But first, I do need to drill some pilot holes and put in some fasteners in the back of all these dowels so they don't come popping out and whatnot. All right, using some shitty old screws. These are probably what, like 2.5, 2 inches? I don't know, 2 inches? We'll call them 2-inch screws. Okay, now that this is looking pretty sweet, I think now's a good time to make the little the base plate guy, the bottom base bottom protector foam piece. Yeah, this bad boy is all drilled in here. It's pretty darn stable. I just did 2 on each. I have 2 screws to spare now. Next, we are going to go ahead and glue those old yoga mat pieces onto our things, and we're gonna pretend like I cut that center channel straight. All right, here we are. Those are both glued on with just spray adhesive. And then I also just tacked on a bunch of these little tiny little nails just to kind of hold it on a little bit better, just in case the glue decides to go away or whatever. We're getting pretty close. It's almost time to get this sucker up on the wall. I've also decided not to paint it gray like I originally had planned, and it's just gonna be beautiful wood color now. Okay, real quick, while the sun's coming out a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and spray down these dowels, get those foam tubies on, and then we'll be ready to mount this sucker. Oh, barely got those on before the glue set. Well, while it's still a little bit light out, I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw a quick coat of water-based polyacrylic on there just to preserve it a little bit better. It's not really necessary, I'll just make it last a little bit longer. Okay, while that's drying, I think now's a really great time to thank our sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? No. Well, let's do a little bit of cleanup. All right, party people, we are very close to finishing this thing off. Pretty much last step is gonna be affixing it to our wall. And so you want some pretty heavy duty equipment to do that. And I already have some 3-inch long screws. They're pretty heavy duty. I've already marked out a level line, 48 inches roughly off the ground on that end. It's a bit of a slope. And yeah, let's freaking do this thing. All that needs to happen is for it to go on the wall. I'm gonna get my level, I'll be right back. Oh, this is a little crooked. Not a super necessary step, but I just like making stuff look pretty. I don't know. Okay, just got the boards put in. It looks really sweet, super stoked on it. I think the last thing that really needs to actually happen now is I wanna throw in 2 of these little eye bolts, eye hooks, eye screws, I don't know what they're called. We'll call them eye bolts on either end, and that'll be what our bungee cord gets to hook onto to secure these things just so they don't come flying off the rack when it's a little windy out or if they get spooked, you know what I mean? And hot tip, if you're finishing off eye bolts, you just grab a screwdriver, put that little sucker, it gives you a little extra torque on that sucker, all right? Eye bolt, eye bolt. All right, let's get the freaking bungee cord on there. Whoa, oh, we'll do it again, one more time. Surfboards.
Hey!
Hey, what's up?
Came to check out your project.
Oh my god!
So cool.
Let's do the last part together. That was all fake. Just so you guys know, that reaction was fake. She did it and I wasn't recording, and then I made her do it again. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, let's do it. Grab the bungee cord. The bungee cord
Required.
outside.
Flippy clip.
Yeah.
Flippy
This is the
clip.
first. Bang.
Oh,
Bang.
it looks so
good. Boom! There it is. What do we think? Finished product. All the boards are up. Safe and sound, not putting a hole in the grass anymore. Super easy project. I think everyone at home can handle it. And go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Toodaloo.